صبح بخیر به تمام بینندگان عزیز. نوروز رو به همه ایرانیان در سرتاسر جهان تبریک میگیم. مرسی که امروز به ما ملحق شدید.
مرسی. میخوام بگین که شغل جدیدتون چیه؟ باعث افتخار ایرانی هستین شما.
والا شغل من CEO در UCLA هستم. آره دیگه برگشتم به دانشگاهی که ازش فارغ التحصیل شدم که خدمت بکنم به جوانای مملکت.
خیلی آرزوی بهترینا رو میکنیم. آقای پوریا عباسی یکی از بهترینا هست.
خیلی متشکرم. ولی هر چی سالا میگذره، امسال 15مین ساله که ما این کار رو داریم در سیتی هال میکنیم و واقعا موقعشه که جوونا بیان جای ما رو بگیرن و یکی از اون جوانای خیلی شایسته دیوید رحیمیانه که امسال واقعا تمام این برنامه رو دیوید امسال برگزار کرد.
سلام دیوید آقا.
سلام حال شما. عید شما مبارک. مرسی از همه زحمت شما میکشی برای جمعیت ایرانی‌ها تو لس آنجلس. مرسی. میخوام همین بیا. میخوام سال نو به همه مبارک بگم. هر سال این کار رو میکنیم تو سیتی هال که به همه نشون بدیم که ایرانی‌ها we're a part of the community and کاری که ما میکنیم we want to show our heart and affection برای تمام شهر لس آنجلس. پوریا جانم یکم هامبل هسته. کاری که میکنه برای ما این کاری که کرد خودش شروع کرد 10 سال پیش 15 سال پیش. شما فاوندر این کار هست. بدون پوریا نمیتونستیم این کار رو بکنیم. بدون کامیونیتی نوروز کالچر فاندیشن هم همین کار نمیتونستیم.
خب دیوید جان پوزیشن توی سیتی هال چیه؟
من تو کار legislative و government affairs هستم. تو شرکت آب و برق با انجمن شهر لس آنجلس با شهردار لس آنجلس حرکت کار میکنیم تا پوزیشن های DWP و اجندا DWP انجام بدیم تو شهر لس آنجلس.
وقتی پول آب و برقمون گرون میشه بیام شما
به من 1000 تا کار هست ببخشید.
البته دیوید
میخوام بگم ولی میگم دیوید خیلی جوون پرتوازویه. دیپارتمنتی که براش کار میکنه بزرگترین شرکت آب و برق تو آمریکاست
و خودش خانومش هم جاجه. به ایرانیه یا
خارجیه ولی با ایرانی‌ها خیلی دیگه she knows us well. ایرانی
فارسی یادش دادی؟
کم خیلی کم ولی وقتی تو کار جاج هسته با وکیل حرکت کار میکنه 3-4 تا لغت میدونه they get blown away وقتی میفهمن که فارسی میدونه.
سپاسگزارم. من بزرگمن هستم، زیبانگارم. ایشون لطف کردن. من با تمام وجودم واقعا خوشحالم که نوروز باستانی یادگار نیاکانمان در همه نقاط جهان به خاطر ایرانیایی که موفق هستن وجود داره. امروز هم در سیتی هال لس آنجلس این مراسم هست. از همینجا به تمام ایرانیانی که در سراسر جهان نوروز رو پاینده می‌دارن و همه اونهایی که به فکر آزادی و آبادی این هستن تبریک میگم، به خصوص به اهالی نیشابور همشهریان خودم.
شما همیشه نیشابور تعریف میکنید.
بله نیشابور خیلی شهری است که میدونید 1000 سال قبل 1 میلیون جمعیت داشته. 1000 سال قبل یکی از شهرهای بزرگ ایران.
مثل اسپانیا میخوام بگین نصف جهان. نه شما میخوام بگین تمام جهان.
نیشابور آخه میدونید حتی ما 2 تا شاعر اضافه هم داشتیم دادیم به شیراز. بله. هپی نیو اییر. خیلی متشکرم از شما. نوروز بر شما فرخنده باد. قربان.
واقعا سال خیلی قشنگی خواهد بود برای اینکه سال سگی و سگ وفاداری و محبت و انسانیت درش فراوانه زیاده و من عاشق حیواناتم و عاشق ملت ایران مخصوصا جوانها و زنهای ایرانی. موفق باشن انشالله با امید دیدار مملکت خوب.
سال نو شما مبارک. ممنونم که میایم ما رو کمک میکنین. خیلی متشکرم. فرصت این وظیفه ماست که انجام بدیم و هم سال نو رو تبریک میگم. مرسی برای ما.
شما واقعا زحمت میکشین. چه برنامه زیبایی رو توی شهر میذارین و همچنین وست‌وود ان شاءالله.
به سلامتی. خیلی متشکرم. امیدوارم که همه بتونن بیان.
سلام عرض میکنم به شما. سال نو رو تبریک میگم به شما و از این همه زحمت و پشتکاری که واقعا دارین بهتون واقعا افتخار میکنم به عنوان یک خانم نمونه ایرانی. این همه سال تلویزیونتون همیشه درخشیده، همه جا حضور داشتید. سال نو رو به همه هموطنان عزیزم در ایران و هر جای دنیا تبریک میگم و آرزوی بهترین ها رو براتون دارم. مرسی از
آقای مهندس.
منم به نوبه خودم سال نو رو به عموم ایرانی های چه داخل ایران چه خارج از کشور تبریک میگم. امیدوارم سال بسیار خوبی براتون باشه، توأم با صلح، شادی و آسایش. مرسی از شما خانم تهرانی عزیز که همیشه حضورتون در همه جا هست و واقعا خسته نباشید.
مرسی. عیدتون مبارک، براتون آرزو بهتر.
قربونتون برم.
دوستای عزیز، در خدمت استاد بزرگ روستایی هستیم. سلام داوود خان.
سلام به شما. عید شما مبارک به همه مردم.
این کاراتون میمونه.
قربونه. مرسی. ممنونم.
شما رو میبینیم اینجا.
خیلی خیلی سپاسگزارم. عید نوروز رو به شما و همه ایرانیان عزیز تبریک میگم و امیدوارم سال خوبی ها باشه.
سلام، حال شما خوبه؟ مرسی، خوب هستین. خیلی
مهندس اینجا؟
آره، همه مهندس اینجا هستن. تبریک به همه میگم، تبریک سال نو به همه میگم. عید شما مبارک باشه.
خودتون رو معرفی کنید برام.
من مجید صادقی هستم، برای سیری لس آنجلس کار میکنم، برای سانیتیشن.
خیلی هم عالی. شما آقای مهندس؟
من حسن راد هستم، مدت 32 ساله واسه سیتی آف لس آنجلس کار میکنم. میخواستم که عید نوروز به تمام ایرانیان عزیز تبریک بگم.
سلام میکنیم، عیدتون مبارک. با خانم الهام سیاره عزیز و امید سیاره عزیز هستیم، دو تا هنرمند عزیز. میخوام ببینم چه پیامی برای ما دارین عزیزم.
خواهش میکنم. ما هم عرض درود احترام داریم. عید شما هم مبارک. عید تمامی هم‌میهنان عزیزمون در هر جای دنیا هستن به خوبی و خوشی و شادمانی. امسال یک سال پر از صلح و صفا و آرامش برای همه مردم، به خصوص برای ایرانیای عزیز. دوستتون داریم. سال بی نهایت خوبی رو آرزو میکنیم.
قربون شما. من هم عرض ادب دارم خدمت تمامی هموطنان عزیزم. همچنین نوروز رو به شما و همه هموطنان عزیزم تبریک میگم. امیدوارم سالی سرشار از عشق و تندرستی و شادابی و سربلندی در پیش داشته باشن.
سلام عرض میکنم. بله، حالم خیلی خوبه. امروز ما اینجا در شهرداری لس آنجلس نوروز رو با هم جمع شدیم که سلبریت بکنیم، با هم باشیم، سال نو رو به هم دیگه تبریک بگیم و واقعا تمام کارهایی که جامعه ایرانی در آمریکا کردن، تمام موفقیت‌هایی که داشتیم و واقعا یادآوری میکنیم به هم دیگه که همه با هم دیگه برادر و خواهر هستیم و دست به دست هم دیگه میدیم.
خیلی ممنون. یه کمی از موفقیتاتون بگین برای دوستامون که چهره شما رو، اسمتون رو میشناسیم همه ولی با چهرهتون آشنا نیستیم.
آدم زیاد
میدونیم شما خیلی بزرگ هستیم ولی
نه بابا، من کوچک همه هستم، ولی نه، فقط موضوع کارای من نیست. من این شانس داشتم که در شهر لس آنجلس یه کارایی انجام بدم. مدیریت سازمان برق و آب و برق رو داشتم، قبل از اون در هیئت آب مدیریت داشتم و کارهای مختلف دیگه. ولی من دارم راجع به جامعه خودمون صحبت میکنم، راجع به موفقیت هایی که اشخاص مثل آقای اردلان داشتن در این شهر. واقعا رهبری بودن در این شهر قبل از اینکه همه ما در شهر لس آنجلس فعالیت بکنیم. ایشون واقعا پایه‌گذاری کردن و it's a pleasure to know you به قول آمریکایی‌ها. ولی چیزی که من میخوام بگم اینه که شما اگر نگاه بکنید تمام کارهایی که ایرانی‌ها در آمریکا کردن، در بیزنس، در دانشکده‌ها، در هر زمینه، دکترا، وکیلا، همه واقعا موفق بودن. آمریکا خونه خوبی بوده برای ما، ولی ماها هم فرزندای خوبی بودیم برای آمریکا. کارمون رو انجام دادیم و فکر میکنم جامعه آمریکا اینو میشناسه، وگرنه چرا شهرداری لس آنجلس داره امروز از ما اینطوری استقبال میکنه. ولی این یه صحبتیه که ما واقعا باید دارم میگم با همدیگه متحد باشیم که این صحبت رو برسونیم به واشنگتن دی سی، که اشخاصی که در واشنگتن دی سی الان رهبری این مملکت رو دارن بفهمن که جامعه ایرانی واقعا چه خدمتی به آمریکا کرده، برای اینکه آمریکا هم به ما این خدمت رو کرده. و امروز هم ما واقعا به برادران و خواهرامون در ایران هم تبریک میگیم، دوستشون داریم، در قلب ما هستن، دائما به فکرشون هستیم و این آرزو رو داریم که اونها هم یه روزی این این فریدمی که ما اینجا داریم در ایران خواهند داشت.
خیلی ازتون ممنون هستیم، براتون آرزو بهترین آرزو.
خیلی متشکرم.
و همچنین بهتون افتخار میکنم.
نگفتن که واقعا مشاور آقای کلینتون بودن. اگر لطف بکنین این رو حتما باید بگیم، پرزیدنت سابق آمریکا آقای کلینتون. بله، یعنی واقعا لیاقت ایشون.
شاید پرزیدنت کلینتون که بهترین بوده به خاطر اینکه آقای نهایی مشاورش
والا آقای من فکر می‌کنم آقای نهایی one of a kind، یعنی رول مدل همه ماها هستن، افتخار جامعه ایرانی در خارج از آمریکا. واقعا اینی که منو خجالت میدن، ایشون واقعا شخصی هستن که باعث افتخار تمام جامعه ایرانی هستن.
آب و برق مثل که گرون کردن برای ما.
زمانی که ایشون بودن فکر نکنم، نه واقعا همه چی کنترل بود.
جون دلم چشم خبر سوزه، بینه که قد تو کمون و پشت ما خوزه، یا که نوروزه، نوروز پیروزه.
درود بر همه شما عزیزان، عیدتون مبارک. ما در سیتی هال لس آنجلس هستیم. تبریک میگیم عیدو به شما آقای دکتر پیمان رؤوفی عزیز که میدونم همه شما میشناسینشون. خواهش میکنم خودتونو نمیدونم بگم بیشتر معرفی کنین که احتیاجی نیست. پیام نوروزی شما رو میخوایم بشنویم.
بله، من هم تبریک میگم به شما خانم فرناز سومخ عزیز، هیراد دوست خوبم و همه بیننده های تلویزیون تایم تیوی. از همه مهمتر خانم سیمین تهرانی عزیز، مدیر زن و بانوی واقعا فعال شهر ما در لس آنجلس. سال نو رو خدمت تک تک شما عزیزان تبریک میگم. امروز روز بسیار خوشحال کننده و افتخارآمیزی بود که ما در شهرداری لس آنجلس بودیم و شهردار آمدند، کنترلر شهر آمدن و اعضای شورای شهر آمدن و تک تک نوروز ایرانی رو تبریک گفتن و این روز رو پاس داشتن. واقعا در این جمع بودن و با این حال و هوا جلو رفتن و نوروز رو آغاز کردن، سال جدید رو آغاز کردن، افتخار بزرگیه. واقعا جای همه شما عزیزان خالی، اما مطمئنم که خانم تهرانی و همکارانشون یک گزارش توپ و عالی براتون تهیه میکنن.
حتما. با یک عزیز دیگه که میتونم بگم تمام برنامه‌های نوروزی من رو تهیه دیدن و کمک کردن که ما همه اینجا باشیم، آقای هیراد هستن. خواهش میکنم برامون صحبت کنین. تبریک میگم عیدو بهتون.
منم تبریک میگم نوروز رو به همه بینندگان عزیز رویال تایم تیوی، به دستاندرکارانش، مدیرش، به شما و خوشحالم که به عنوان یه عضو خیلی کوچک از شهرداری لس آنجلس این برنامه امروز برگزار شد که همونطور که شاهد خواهید بود شهردار شهر و اعضای شورای شهر قدردانی کردن، از اول در حقیقت تبریک گفتن این عید باستانی رو به باقی شهروندان و قدردانی کردن از وجود شهروندان ایرانی که در این شهر کمک میکنن به اقتصاد این شهر، کمک میکنن به فرهنگ این شهر و با این تاییدشون تایید گذاشتن بر این فرهنگ غنی مهاجرین ایرانی که در امریکا زندگی میکنند. باز سال خیلی خوبی رو براتون آرزو میکنم و دستاندرکاران مهمتری داره این برنامه که هر سال برگزار میشه، نوروز فاندیشن، و من خیلی نقش خیلی کوچکی داشتم ولی از طرف عضو کوچک خانواده شهرداری مجددا تبریک نوروز میگم و شادباش میگم به شما و همه عزیزان بیننده این برنامه.
تشکر از همه زحمات شما. مرسی.
دوستای عزیز در سیتی هال هستیم در خدمت آقای رضا گوهرزاد که ایشون استاد اینترویو در همه چیز هستن، ولی ما دیگه امروز پررویی کردیم، ازشون خواهش کردیم بودیم شما همیشه همه رو اینترویو میکنید، اجازه بدیم ما هم یه بار شما رو اینترویو کنیم. به هر حال این لطفو کردن، اجازه دادن. سلام میکنیم خدمتتون، خیلی ممنون.
درود من بر شما، نوروز شما و بینندگانتون مبارک. ولی من این نکته رو بگم، وقتی آدم میگین که استاده دیگه نمیتونه صحبت کنه چون دیگه اون پایان خطه. به این ترتیب اجازه بدین که همون در شاگردی باقی بمونیم. در خدمتتون هستم.
خب یه خورده تعریف کنیم برامون عید خوش گذشته تا الان.
بی تردید به هر حال گذشته، خوش گذشته، نباید به هر شکلی که هست به سبب اینکه نوروز جشن ماندگاری ایران زمینه، از نوروز باید بهره گرفت و برای ماندگاری ایران زمین و دگرگونی هایی که میشه در عالم سیاست در ایران فراهم کرد و بر تاریکی پیروز شد و چهره حکومتی رو که بر مردم غلبه کرده کنار زد و یک حکومت سکولار دموکرات در ایران به وجود آورد، نوروز فکر کنم بهترین زمانه که این امید رو گسترش بدیم و آینده رو ببینیم، برای اینکه نوروز در باستان در سال خشکسالی به وجود اومد، سال خشکسالی که برکت از روی زمین رفته بود و نوروز با بهاران بازگشت امید و زنده بودن طبیعت بود. به این ترتیب در هر جایی می شود امیدوار بود که نوروز ما رو به خواستهایمون، به ویژه خواستهای سیاسیمون خواهد رسوند.
انشالله.
سپاسگزارم.
مرسی، ممنون.
I'm honored to join Councilmember Koretz, our Mayor Eric Garcetti, Controller Ron Galbraith, and others to celebrate Norooz, the Persian New Year. That was a round of applause. Mariam Azerbaiджani, Amir Tabak, Baman Mojalal, David Rahimian, and the others who assisted, along with Albert Miraboso. Let's give them all a big round of applause for their hard work. Thank you so much. This is a day celebrated throughout Los Angeles and across the globe for transcending nationalities and promoting the values of peace and solidarity between nations, generations, and within families. Colleagues, we have been honoring Norooz with all of you and our special guests today for many years, but I believe that this year, more than ever, it is imperative we celebrate what Norooz means to us here at Angelenos, given what we see across the country. In contrast to the national dialogue that vilifies the Iranian community, as well as other immigrant communities, we stand here today in unity and solidarity. We hear so much hateful dialogue directed at immigrants, the very people who are the fabric of our nation and certainly our city. Here in Los Angeles, we know our history, and in a nation founded by immigrants, we are a city of immigrants. This year, we proudly acknowledge and support the Iranian-American youth, who are the focus of this year's Norooz celebration. We want to remind them that their hopes and dreams are our hopes and dreams. And if their hardworking parents are any indication, we expect the youth will thrive as they create their own versions of the American dream. Iranian Americans are one of the most entrepreneurial groups. About 50% of all working Iranian Americans are in professional and managerial occupations. This entrepreneurial spirit has been beneficial to economic development. Iranian Americans today are college deans, CEOs in corporate America, senior executives at Fortune 500 companies, top scientists in NASA, executives in Silicon Valley, and here in Los Angeles, they are many of our city engineers, information technology professionals, managers, and throughout many other departments. Los Angeles will not be the same without the contributions Persian Americans have made to industries and development in the city. Through the Norooz celebration, the Persian American community brings a rich tradition to the city of Los Angeles that promotes compassion for our fellow human beings, irrespective of ethnicity or religion. That is a value we share and something we all need to embrace. May we all be blessed in this coming year. Many and all Angelenos will find happiness, success, and prosperity in the Persian New Year. Norooz Mubarak, everyone. Congratulations. With that, let me introduce my colleague, Mr. Koretz, who's been a strong supporter of the Persian community here in Los Angeles and has been helping put on the Norooz celebration in Los Angeles for many, many years. Councilmember Koretz.
Salam. Eid Shoma Mubarak. It's wonderful to be here to wish everyone a very happy Norooz. I'm honored to join my colleague Jose Huizar today to celebrate the blessings of the new year and to recognize our vibrant Persian community here in the city of Los Angeles. I'd like to thank everyone who worked so hard to put this beautiful celebration together in City Hall, giving the opportunity for non-Persians to get a glimpse of the colorful Iranian culture. Norooz, which is Persian for New Day, marks the first day of spring and the beginning of the year in the Iranian calendar. It is a day where families come together, gather around their beautiful ceremonial half-seen table, decorated with items that symbolize spring and renewal, listen to music, and enjoy delicious Persian food. I have the great pleasure of representing the 5th Council District, which is home to the largest population of Persians in Los Angeles. Sometimes my district is known as Tarangelis. And I'm proud to recognize that Los Angeles is stronger and richer because of the many communities who celebrate this wonderful occasion. In 2010, we named an intersection on Westwood Boulevard Persian Square, helping to give the Persian community the recognition it deserves. This intersection is of particular significance because of the very first Persian business in the city opening in 1974 on the corner of Westwood Boulevard and Wilkins Avenue. Since then, there's been a growing number of Persian businesses and residents in the area. Our local Persian businesses and residents of the Westwood area have been a magnificent gift to all of us in the 5th District and across Los Angeles. They've blessed us and enriched us with dynamic culture and commerce, as well as many priceless friendships. The Persian community, like other robust immigrant communities, helps make our city great, and my hope is to continue working with the community to honor their heritage for many years to come. Last year was especially monumental for the Persian community as we celebrated the unveiling of the Freedom Sculpture, which some are calling the Statue of Liberty of the West, based on the Cyrus cylinder from 2,500 years ago, celebrating individual freedom, multicultural existence, and religious tolerance for the Persian community and for all. And thanks to the Farhang Foundation, the Unveiling Festival became one of the most significant cultural events in the city of Los Angeles, with an estimated crowd of over 75,000 admirers coming to join us. I'm tremendously proud of the contributions of the Persian community who have provided the city with a rich array of traditions which have no doubt transformed Los Angeles. The Persian community has truly woven their beautiful culture into the fabric of the city. This year's Norooz celebration will continue with a festival on Sunday afternoon at Pershing Square at Westwood Boulevard and Wilkins Avenue. I'll also be hosting a different Norooz celebration at Pershing Square with a special unveiling of Persian-themed artwork on utility boxes on Westwood Boulevard. Please join me in celebrating this on Thursday, March 29th at Westwood and Wilkins at noon. It's my honor to be a sponsor of the Westwood Festival, and my hope is to make the Westwood Norooz celebration bigger and better every year. I invite all of you to attend this wonderful festival and look forward to seeing everyone there. Los Angeles is a great city, and it's so much greater because of the efforts and contributions of this community. Thank you for the opportunity to celebrate together, and I wish you the best for the year 1397. Merci and Norooz Etun Piruz.
Thank you very much, Mr. Koretz. And another great friend of the Persian community is our very own Mayor Eric Garcetti, who, despite his busy schedule, I understand wanted to make sure he was here to celebrate Norooz with all of us. So please welcome our Mayor, Eric Garcetti.
Thank you. Thank you, sir.
Welcome,
Thank
Mayor.
you very much. And
Welcome.
Good morning. Well, Norooz Mubarak, and thank you so much to our great council members, the twin pillars from Pershing Square to Persian Square. The two of them And so many of you, 15 of you, who all have Iranian Americans in your district, celebrate today one of the happiest days in Los Angeles as Norooz and a new day came. It's perfect. After the rains, we see sun coming out outside. This is the day when the most beautiful flowers are in front of everybody in their council seats. It reminds us of the freshness and the possibility of each new year. I also want to thank our controller, Ron Galperin, and Assembly Member Nazarian, who's going to be here as well, and all of us who take this time to make sure we recognize the people in this place who themselves trace their ancestry back to Iran. Something that we can be proud of, the number of deputies and general managers and people who have been commissioners and served today. All of that is a reflection of the strength of this community. And it's not just one district, it's all of Los Angeles that's Tehrangeles. I grew up, as I joke, in a Persian suburb called Encino as a young man, but all of us know that the contributions of this community in culture, in art, in politics, in the economy have been second to none. And we are so proud to be the largest population of Iranians outside of Iran. We even have a nascent sister city agreement with Tehran that one day we dream of really revitalizing and bringing back, because those people-to-people contacts are what makes this earth safe. It's what makes us all secure. It's what grows our understanding of cultures. We have some of the best chefs, culinary visionaries that are here that bring us a haftzin with delicacies. One of Jonathan Gold's great articles, if you remember, was how he ate Pico Boulevard. I'd like to suggest maybe he should eat Westwood Boulevard, because going from place to place in Tehrangeles, he could grab an abgusht stew at a Tari sandwich shop, then walk across the street to Saffron and Rose ice cream for the famous Golo Bol, and then visit the recently unveiled freedom sculpture that Councilmember Koretz mentioned, which is modeled after the Cyrus cylinder. And one of history's great archaeological finds, a relic that is covered in cuneiform script, it details the conquest of Babylon by Persia's Achaemenid king Cyrus the Great. Now, the Magna Carta was signed in 1215. It's often considered the first declarations of rights, religious freedom, and rule of law, of the obligations of the governing to the governed. Well, the Cyrus cylinder from 539 BCE has the Magna Carta beat by about 1,750 years. And both that cylinder and that sculpture are enduring reminders of the sanctity of the rights of all people, wherever they are. I'm reminded last year, just over a year ago, when many of us were in the airport, and an Iranian immigrant who I met named Ali Vagian, who came here thinking that his paperwork was all squared away, but a change in an executive directive suddenly put him in limbo and sent him back after he arrived here in Los Angeles, back to Iran at great personal risk. We were able to work hard to find him, and he was able to get out before his personal safety was endangered and come here. And when I saw the flowers and the Persian community and civil rights activists who stood up and said, this is who we are as a city, that everyone belongs here, we replayed what every single one of the individuals and their families have gone through coming here before, that this is indeed a gateway and a new beginning. So it's fitting that our city in many ways is a Norooz. It is a new day. Every single time somebody gets off a plane, somebody arrives here for the first time and sees this verdant place and this beautiful land, to remind us that there's love all around us, that we cherish the life that we are lent by our Maker, and that we hope that this spring fills our City of Angels with hope in a future bright with opportunity. Again, Norooz Mubarak. Have a great new year. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much, Mayor. And now we'll hear from another great friend of the Persian community, someone who's with us each and every year to celebrate Norooz, Controller Ron Galperin.
Good morning, everybody. Thank you, Mayor Garcetti. Thank you, honorable council members. And Eid Shoma Mubarak. Happy New Year. The new year and the start of spring are really a celebration of renewal. And part of the beauty of Norooz is that it unites us, unites people of different faiths and backgrounds to bid farewell to the cold winter and collectively welcome the blossoming spring. It's also a uniquely secular tradition, and it bears noting that we think of the part of the world of Iran a great deal of secular traditions, and yet that is very much the case. And it's one of harmony and the symbolism that you see of Norooz, that we also see in Passover and in Easter, particularly around the egg and around the haftzin plate. As we celebrate the Persian New Year and the incredible Persian community of LA, we're also acutely aware, however, that the people of Iran, as we know, live under a cloud of a government that continues to deny basic human rights. Yet their hopes and the hopes of the Iranian community here in Los Angeles are really highlighted during Norooz, of rejuvenation, of hope, of compassion, of rebirth, of the drive for a better life, particularly those who have come to Los Angeles from Iran. And I'm a first-generation American. My parents also came to this country to realize a better life for their children and for their grandchildren and for generations after that, just like so many of the Iranian Americans who came here and who've contributed immensely to the fabric of our nation and the fabric particularly of this city of Los Angeles. So, Eid Shoma Mubarak. May you and may we all have a happy and a blessed New Year. Norooz Piruz.
Mr. Weezar, before you go on, and I do have a member on the queue here, I need to ask my good friends, Mr. Delajani, Puri, David. Now, the mayor, Mr. Weezar, Mr. Galperin, and Mr. Koretz have all done the best they could to speak in some kind of language. I want you to gauge which one of them has been the best. So somebody's going to have to answer that question. So with that, so the three of you need to huddle. So when you come up, I want to know who gets the award. Is it the mayor? Is it the controller? Is it Councilman Koretz? Or is it Mr. Weezar? Mr. Weezar, back to you.
President.
No.
Mr. President, if I had known this was a challenge, I would have been practicing all night. Thank you. And now let me introduce to you a very special guest who's with us here today, Yael Moctar Zadeh, President of the UCLA Undergraduate Student Association Council. Please give her a big round of applause.
Welcome.
Good morning. I cannot tell you how honored and humbled I am to be standing before you all and to be standing alongside this beautiful community. My name is Ariel Yael Moctar Zadeh. I am a proud Iranian-American Jew, an overly ecstatic Bruin studying communications with a double minor in public affairs and Israel studies at UCLA, and I have the unique privilege of serving all 30,000 undergraduate Bruins as the president of the Undergraduate Student Association Council. Thank you. I first and foremost want to thank Mr. Pouria Abbasi for inviting me here today. I am humbled to have the opportunity to speak to you all, especially with this year's theme, immigrant youth. My family immigrated from Iran to the United States in the 1970s. My father to pursue academic opportunity, and my mother to escape religious persecution. I grew up sitting in the lap of my paternal grandmother, Mamanjun Farah, as she told me stories of her upbringing in Tehran. My sister and I were always the last to leave the dinner table anytime we had dinner with my paternal grandfather, Babajun Farhad, afraid to miss any sliver of his life story. I was a permanent fixture on the armchair of my maternal grandfather, Babajun. He always invited me to practice my Farsi with him, and at least attempted to hide his chuckle at the sound of my horrific accent. And I could always count on my maternal grandmother, Mamanjun, to shower me in blessings, enough to bless me and the next 6 generations. Khoshbacht alam bashi. That was the blessing my grandparents always put upon me. For our English-speaking friends in the audience, this phrase translates to, may you be the good fortune of the world. Only in the last few years of my life do I believe I've developed the maturity and sense of awareness to truly appreciate the sacrifices my family, our families, made to get us to where we are today. Our parents left a country that our families had called home for generations. Some left to escape religious and political persecution. Others left seeking greater opportunity, educationally, economically, and socially, for themselves and their families. Our families made every last sacrifice to ensure that we would be able to become anything we ever dreamed of. But of course, being the child of immigrants also came with its challenges. For years, I myself struggled to attempt to straddle 2 worlds. what felt like the American world of my future and the Iranian world of my past. Only at the age of 22 have I been able to recognize that my struggles were futile. The decision to pick one of the two worlds wasn't really a decision at all. I am proud of the delicious but very pungent khoresh I bring to lunch at school. I walk, or rather dance, to class every day, singing along to my favorite Mortaza Peshai and Sami Begi songs. And I have never and will never shy away from repeating my last name as many times as it takes until my professors, my friends, and my peers can at least get close to pronouncing it. My family, our families, jeopardize far too much for us to shy away from being proud of who we are. They gave up too much for us to succumb to the compromise of this world or that. In the same way that our families paved their own paths where none existed, so too do we have the responsibility to pave our own. If we have seen further, it is by standing on the shoulders of giants. If we have been sheltered from the harsher realities of their past, it is by standing in the warmth and safety of their embrace. If we have grown taller, it is because they ensured that we would be rooted in where they came from, where we came from. If we ever succeed, it is because of them and every sacrifice they made to ensure that we would have every opportunity to succeed, even when inhibiting their own success. I would be remiss to not publicly acknowledge and thank my parents today. Thank you for the sacrifices you made to give me every opportunity I could ever dream of. Thank you for always reminding me to be grateful for the freedom that living in this country has afforded me, even as I strive to work to make it a more equitable place for all. Thank you for continuing to support me in paving my path, even pulling out your shovels to help me dig along the way. Thank you for your courage, your support, your perspective, your wisdom, and most importantly, your love. Khoshbakhte alam bashi. May you be the good fortune of the world. I could almost hear it in my grandmother's voices as I hear it echo through the chambers today. It wasn't ever just a blessing. How could it be? It was our call to action. As the children of immigrants, we know that we have an obligation to make something of ourselves, to make something of our past, and to make something of our future. I will never forget the day that I called my grandmother to tell her I'd been elected student body president at UCLA. You brought honor to our name, she said. Our native Farsi speakers in the audience know that the name Moctar literally translates to descendants of the village leader. I hadn't brought honor to our name. My namesake had brought purpose to my life. So, to my fellow first-generation American and immigrant youth in the audience, may we continue to answer the call of the generations who came before us. May we continue to give thanks for all we have, while continuing to seek to fulfill the promise of our family's sacrifice. And most importantly, may we continue to work to be the good fortune of the world. Khoshbakhte alam bashim. We know no other way. Sal no Mubarak, and Thank you.
Ariel. Ariel's cousin is seated next to me, and he wanted to say hello, and I bet they have some very exciting exchanges over the dinner table, UCLA and USC. Let's give Ariel another round of applause. And his name is Jordan, by the way.
Mr. President, I'm sure that the person from UCLA speaks better Farsi. I think Councilmember Saddia would agree with that. Thank you so much, and well said, Ariel. I think that shows us what the promise is in this great country from immigrants and children of immigrants, and we congratulate you, Ariel. You are a shining example of what it all means to achieve and pursue the American dream. Congratulations to you. Next, I would like to bring up Mr. Mike Arnold, who is the president and CEO of the Midnight Mission. Midnight Mission has served the disadvantaged of Los Angeles for over 100 years. It is the oldest continuously operating human service organization in Los Angeles. Please welcome Mike Arnold from the Midnight Mission.
Good morning and welcome. This year marks the 7th year of our partnership with the Iranian American community to bring Norooz to the men, women, and children in Skid Row. The Midnight Mission has been a beacon of hope and renewal since its inception over 103 years ago. Every day we serve over 3,000 meals, hand out hundreds of grocery bags of food, household supplies, hundreds of hygiene kits, housing over 271 men and women experiencing homelessness in Skid Row every day, providing education, health and mental health services, career and job training, and job placement. Additionally, we keep another 150 people safe every night. We realized about 8 years ago that the Midnight Mission really embodies the spirit of this ancient holidays. Our values and philosophies that the past does not define a person's future, that hope is the beginning of recovery, that regaining one's dignity signals the beginning of a new life off the streets. And as a result of that, we've been partnering with the Iranian American community to provide Norooz to the residents of Skid Row every year. A critical part of Norooz that no one has mentioned yet is also that of giving back to the community, of helping those who are less fortunate. And we've recognized that with the Midnight Mission, where everyone is welcome, no one is turned away regardless of religion, national origin, gender, or sexual orientation, that we represented a partnership every day by working with those men and women who have lost their homes and community and provide that opportunity to regain their hope, dignity, and self-worth. We're proud to share these values and extremely honored and humbled to be partners with the Iranian American community who jointly celebrate Norooz with us. Now, normally I would be here inviting you to join us for Norooz, but our Norooz was last Friday. So you missed a great event. There were over 2,000 people that participated in a festival of great Iranian food, dance, music, and well-wishing. So just wanted to report back to you that it was a great thing and how proud we are at the Midnight Mission to be partnering with the Iranian American community in helping to give back to the community that we serve. So thank you very much. Thank you to the Iranian American community.
Practicing different religion, in worshiping the same God, and observing different customs is under threat. It is once again Los Angeles that continues to embrace all of us immigrants with all our differences. However, the true American story of immigrants does not end with us as the first generation. For the notion of celebration of diversity to be sustained, it has to reverberate through every generation. This celebration in these chambers, where you have purposefully and willfully valued what we have to offer and celebrated our history and culture, has allowed our sons and daughters, like Ariel, who have been born and raised here, to find pride in their own heritage and to translate that pride into making Los Angeles an even greater and more inviting metropolis for all that come here looking for a better future. Thus, the story of Norooz is no different than the American immigrant story. When after a cold winter of discontent and a year with its share of calamity and difficulty for so many people from so many backgrounds all around our nation, spring offers the promise of new beginnings, of opportunities to make the wrongs right, and the resolve to make it a better world for everyone. May we all be blessed with health, love, and peace in the coming year, and may we all have the ample opportunity to show and practice much care and compassion in the new year. As this program is being captured and broadcast worldwide to many Farsi-speaking corners of the world, with your permission, I would like to extend the best wishes in Farsi. از جانب شهر لس آنجلس، انجمن شهر لس آنجلس، شهردار شهر لس آنجلس، نوروز باستانی را به تمامی مردمان در سرتاسر جهان تبریک گفته، آرزوی سالی پر از مهر و آشتی و صلح برای همه مردمان داریم. نوروزتان پیروز، هر روزتان نوروز.
Mr. President, that was the best pronunciation.
But as I was thinking about this, Mr. President, I think I'm going to vote for the mayor since he signs our ordinances.
Yeah, thanks.
But it was
Smart choice.
It was a close second by Mr. Galpin since he oversees our accounting system for the city and our paycheck. So.
Poor Paul. I recognize that you tried.
Okay. Thank you very much, and thank you. As we do every year here in these council chambers, I'd like to also take a little moment to commend and remember our longtime friend, founder of the Norooz Foundation, the late Izzat Delajani, his sons, Michael and Sharam, and Michael is here with us today, They continue the legacy of their father. More than a dozen years ago, Mr. Delajani had a vision to make the Norooz celebration worldwide. He started implementing his vision by personally founding and financing the Norooz Foundation and held the first Norooz celebration event in this chamber. And if you think that one person cannot make a difference, know that today, Norooz celebrations take place throughout this nation, and know that Ezzat Delajani made that difference. So let's take a moment to commend him. Thank you so much to the Delajani family.
And Mr. Weezer, I do have 2 members on the queue, so whenever.
You could go with the members now if that's
Okay, why don't I recognize Mr. Rue, David Rue.
Thank you, Mr. President, and thank you, Councilman Huizar, Councilman Koretz, our mayor, and our controller for bringing this wonderful presentation. And happy Friday and happy Norooz. And this is an event I look forward to every year because not only does it mark the beginning of spring, but of course the amazing food. And it's an opportunity for us to all get together with friends and family. And as Councilmember Huizar stated, the contribution of the Persian American community is undeniable. There are many doctors, many lawyers, many individuals, but we also have many civic leaders. And I'd like to point out 2 of them, which is my very own field director, Nikki Izari, and my case manager, Milan Minassian. And not only my staff, but their entire family, both their parents, their aunts and cousins are all here. If I could have them stand, the Minassians and the Izaris. And I like to point out that Milan's father is also one of our very own inspectors at the Department of Building and Safety. So thank you, sir, for all your service. But this is a great holiday, and Persian Americans have a rich history and incredible culture, and we are blessed in the city of Los Angeles to celebrate with this community. So happy Norooz. Thank you.
Mr. Krikorian.
Thank you very much, Mr. President, and thank you all for bringing us this great celebration of Norooz again this year. I especially want to thank the Delajani family and, of course, all of our colleagues for presenting such a beautiful commemoration again of Norooz. This is always one of my favorite presentations of the year because it is a time of renewal and of optimism for the future. And sometimes lately, it seems hard to be optimistic about the future, and especially about the part of the world where my family and your families come from. And when we see some of the actions that have been taken by the current administration targeting immigrants from all over the world, it becomes especially hard to be optimistic. But I'm always inspired by this gathering together that we have for Norooz, by this community, of which I feel kind of a kinship, a cousin, as the first Armenian American to be elected to these chambers. The Persian Empire, of course, conquered Armenia multiple times. I don't hold a grudge. I don't hold a grudge, because in the spirit of Norooz, it's also true that Iran was a welcoming place for so many Armenians and continues to be. It's a place that so much of my community, my immigrant community, came from as well, and like many of your families, endured the Civil War, endured revolution, and all that comes with that, the loss of belongings, the loss of connection to ancient lands that your villages that your families have lived in for centuries, and so many of you were uprooted from those places and had to find a new beginning here in Los Angeles, like so many other peoples from so many other parts of the world have done here in this city. And you inspire all of us with your optimism, having gone through those experiences, having found a new beginning here, and having created something new and amazing and invested in this city and invested in its future. You really do inspire us all. And Ariel, I don't know how to say fight on in Farsi. If I did, I would roll it out. But despite your choice, you are really emblematic of the future, not only of the Persian community, but I think of all of Los Angeles, in your experience, in your commitment to your culture, and your commitment to your future here in Los Angeles. You really are emblematic of Norooz and of all that makes Los Angeles great. So thank you all very much for being with us again. Oh, and I do need to acknowledge also, the mayor did earlier, but I was blessed to have as my chief of staff the first Iranian-born chief of staff, I think, in this building, who is now Assembly member Adrien Nazarian, who also started the first Norooz celebration in Sacramento in our state legislature as well. He couldn't be with us today, but he sends his best as well, and thank you all very much. Happy Norooz.
Great, thank you.
Well said, Mr. Krikorian. Mr. Weezer, back to you.
Thank you, Mr. President. And we have a very special presentation. I understand this past Wednesday there was a roast, and the person who was roasted, his name was pronounced a million different ways. So keeping in that spirit, Mr. Blumenfeld is here to join us with a special presentation.
Thank you very much, Mr. Weezer. And to get in on the language competition, Norooz Eidan Mubarak. I don't expect to win. But I appreciate you allowing me
But you might place.
Yeah, exactly. All right. I appreciate you allowing me to add a little postscript, an exciting postscript to this wonderful Norooz celebration. And this idea was brought to me by John and Barbara Ardalan, who are here and who are constituents of mine. And when you talk about Tyrannulas and all of the culture that's here, the one place you didn't mention is Tarzana Woodland Hills. We have a tremendous number of Persians there, and it is a real center of activity. Exactly, the mayor knows it. And out of that culture and that area of our Los Angeles, we have some amazing artists. We have amazing artists right here. In fact, I understand that the calligrapher who has the presentation is also Persian, Albert Mirbasu. So I want to acknowledge him. But we have an artist who is very well known in the Persian community and has agreed to donate, has offered to donate a wonderful piece of art that we're going to unveil in a moment before he says a few words about it. It's called The Influence of Cyrus the Great's Vision on the U.S. Constitution. And it depicts the fact that the founding fathers of the United States, especially Thomas Jefferson, John Adams, and Benjamin Franklin, were strongly influenced by Cyrus the Great's legacy of governance based on respect for freedom, religion, customs, language, and tradition. The mayor alluded to some of this already. So as a country, we owe a debt of gratitude to Cyrus and the Persian culture for the incorporation of tolerance and diversity into the structure of government. So Davoud, if you would come up for a moment, I know he wants to say a word. If we could unveil the picture, and which he has donated to the city of Los Angeles, and Mr. Rustai, welcome, and if you could just take just a brief moment to tell us about the picture that you have donated to the city. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Welcome, sir.
Good morning. I am so proud and happy that I am here with my lovely American friends. I love you all. I paint the founding fathers of America and how they related to the thing of Cyrus the Great, Encyclopedia von Xenophon. This is a gift for city. I love you all and thank you very much. And thank you, Mr. Ardalan. Thank you. Thank you, John Ardalan and Dr. Parsinia.
Thank you, sir. Let's give him another round of applause for this wonderful gift. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. And ladies and gentlemen, on behalf of the City of Los Angeles, we'd love to present this resolution. And on behalf of the mayor, the city council, to the Norooz Foundation and to the Persian American community, congratulations, happy Norooz, and thank you for bringing so much vitality, energy to the city of Los Angeles. Congratulations, happy Norooz.